Now, what about institutions of higher learning? Students in various higher learning institutions reported back for studies following the phased reopening of learning institutions that kicked off on Monday countrywide. A spot check on various campuses indicated a high turnover of students reporting back amid strict COVID-19 protocols. Jackie Wambiru tells us more.
Just a day after the phased reopening of learning institutions commenced after closing since March due to the COVID-19 pandemic, these were the scenes that characterized various learning institutions across the country. The institutions ensuring they observe strict adherence to the COVID-19 prevention measures in efforts to curb the spread of the virus in learning institutions. In Kakamega County, Chief Administrative Secretary Zach Kinodia has pointed out that the phased reopening of learning institutions will commence as planned despite the challenge of social distancing in the facilities.
Ile shida kubwa tu na mtaiona hata tukifungua shule zote ni hii mnyama inaitwa social distancing. Kwa sababu sasa hakuna lolote limebadilika, lakini watoto wetu ni wale na pengine wataongezeka. Kwa hivyo hiyo ndio tu changamoto tulionayo na tutakuwa tunaiaddress.
This even as he stated that the government is committed to ensuring that all institutions will strictly adhere to following COVID-19 protocols and guidelines so as to ensure learners go back to school.
Kwa hivyo imekuwa ni kazi mingi sana kuhakikisha wasimamizi wa hivi vyuo wanazirudisha katika hali safi na hali ambayo isidhoofika. Ndio watoto wetu wapate hali ya kukuta vyuo viko vile waliviacha. Hii maneno ingine ya usafi, vyuo, kubadilisha maji, hayo yanafanyika. Kwa sababu hivi vyuo vimo na maji. Kuna maji ya kutosha ya kukunywa, ya kuoga, ya kusafisha.
In a spot check across various institutions in Machakos County, health protocols and innovations have been implemented to ensure the success in the phased reopening of institutions of learning.
We have created enough online facility because one of the things that we are very strict and concerned about is that the student population in the college must remain very small. So although we have got adequate facilities with social distancing, we are going to have a very good timetable that will ensure there is a good blend between face-to-face classes and online.
Private learning institutions now appealing to the government to allow learners to have access to help loans so as to cushion learners during the COVID-19 era.
Students in private colleges to access help loans, just like students in private universities can access help loans. We keep on wondering why private students who are also Kenyans get discriminated in getting help loans while their counterparts in tertiary public institutions are able to get that funding. So we'd like to appeal to the government to really consider these young people to get those loans so that they can be able to access education.
The same situation was replicated at the Technical University of Mombasa as students stand up in numbers at the institution. A group of students from the university lauded the phased reopening of learning institutions across the country, stating that this will allow them to complete their academic years as scheduled.
Watu wameketi nyumbani miezi 5-6 bila kurudi shule na wengine walikuwa wamesalia na wiki 2-3 wamaliza masomo. Kwa hivyo ilikuwa jambo la kusikitisha hapo nyuma kuona kuna mikutano ya kisiasa, makanisa yakafunguliwa, wakaja wakafungua mpaka baa, lakini shule zilikuwa hazifunguliwa. Kwa hivyo it was a bold step.
This even as they urged the Ministry of Education to put into consideration tough economic times and come up with a strategy that will ease the burden on parents who may be unable to pay school fees immediately.
Uchumi umekuwa mgumu. Watu wamekaa nje muda mrefu, hakuna biashara, wazazi hawana. Baadhi ya wanafunzi wanajitegemea wenyewe. Tungeomba tu serikali kama ingeangalia tu kidogo namna ingeweza kusaidia hawa wanafunzi.
Ningependa kuomba rais na Ministry ya masomo ni kwamba wa inject kidogo stimulus package katika sekta ya elimu ili wanafunzi wote waweze kurudi shule wafanye kozi zao. It will make more sense wakifungua shule na wamesupport wanafunzi ili waingie wasome. Badala ya kusema tu basi tumewafungulia shule rudini na hawawezi lipa karo.
Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Jackie Wambiru.